Welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for the Online Darts Live League and the start of Group B. Well, we've already had 3.5 days of action and another couple of days of blistering darts to bring you over the next 3 evening sessions. As I said, we've already had Group A done and dusted, and Robert Thornton came out on top. There is the overall table from Group A. Robert Thornton finishing on 22 points, and he's already safely through to Saturday night's final. Broke the 180 record in the process, hitting 34 180s in his 15 matches. Matthew Dennant and Robert Owen, second and third. They go into tonight's Group B, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. And 4, 5 and 6, they found themselves going into Group C, which started this morning bright and early at 9:30 a.m. on the Online Darts YouTube channel. And what a great day we had. Nick Fulwell coming out on top on leg difference. But again, there were some records broke today, namely by James Richardson, who hit 12 180s in today's session. A new record. Well, equals Gary Stone's record of 12, should I say. But it was Nick Fulwell on leg difference. 10 legs, as you can see. 8 points with Stephen Burton, who had +6. James Richardson, 4 points +2. Sean Fisher also on 4 points -4. Anastasia Dobromoslova, who picked up 2 wins today, on -6. And right down there at the bottom, unfortunately, Richard North on 2 points -8. We will have the conclusion of that group tomorrow. And don't forget, the top 2 from that group progress into Saturday night's final. And the top 3 from Group B, which we're going to be seeing tonight and tomorrow night, will also then make up the 6-player field for Saturday night's final. And here's your players in action, starting with Rob Collins against Jamie Kelling, followed by Deta Hedman against Matt Dennant, Robert Owen against Rob Collins, Jamie Kelling against Deta, Matt against Rob, Rob Collins against Deta, Jamie Kelling against Matt Dennant, Deta against Rob, Matt Dennant against Rob Collins, and then Robert Owen and Jamie Kelling will be our final match of the night. And of course, we have got a few experienced players in the mix this evening, and they will all be battling it out for those top 3 places to make it into Saturday night's final. And then, of course, trying to finish in the top 3 so they can get into Champions Week, where a cool £7,000 first prize will be on offer. Okay, let's get ready for the action. Up first is Rob Collins and Jamie Kelling, and let's head straight to the studio and join the players. I think we're going to head to the studio. There we go. There is Rob Collins, and there is his opponent, Jamie Kelling. They have met previously in the live league. Well, way back when, back in March of this year. Jamie Kelling winning their first encounter by 4 legs to 3. And in their return match the following night, it was Rob Collins that got the better of Jamie Kelling by exactly the same scoreline. 4-3. Jamie Kelling, 31 from Andover, uses a 22-gram windmill dart. And was the first winner of the
Game on.
Unicorn Next Gen tournament. They went 8-11 favourite about Collins. Jamie Kelling, a very
45.
attractive even money. Jamie Kelling, when he has played in recent weeks and months, has really started
82.
to produce some of his best starts. 10 matches in total to bring you this evening.
140.
All the matches, best of 7.
85.
First to 4. 2 points for a win. They will all play each other once this evening.
85.
And once tomorrow evening. And then we will find our top 3 that will go through to Saturday's final.
140.
Well, both players getting off to a very tidy start in this one.
100.
Incredibly, in the 14 legs that they've played against each other in previous live leagues, not
41.
180 between them.
131. 91. Jamie require 153.
It is incredible the bizarre stats that get thrown up in these matches. In Jamie Kelling's 4-3 win over Rob Collins, his highest
40.
finish was 64. When Rob
Yeah,
Collins defeated Jamie Kelling, guess what?
Collins.
His highest finish was 64. It is quite bizarre how numbers keep reoccurring, and that number there is 1-0 with a hold to throw for Rob Collins.
Second leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
A 16 dart leg for Rob Collins, very tidy. And a fairly
60.
drama-free hold of throw.
$41. 100. 96.
'Lovely, easy on the eye action
60.
from Jamie Kelling. Quite a old school type loopy throw, much more aggressive from Rob Collins.
123. 100.
Some of the action today. Second match on was Anastasia Dobromoslova against James Richardson. Anastasia averaged 100.71 and got 1 dart at a double and was defeated 4-0 by James Richardson, who averaged 107.36. That was the, well, won't be any surprise, the highest average of the week so far, and there were 6 180s in that one. 4 to James, 2 to Anastasia.
99. Jamie require 151. 131. Robbie
Beautiful
120.
set-up shot from Jamie Kelling to leave double 10, but 120 for Collins, treble 20 and tops. Oh, misses the treble 20.
100.
Good pressure though.
Jamie required 20.
2 10s. Oh, double 4. Double two, back down the board.
16. Robbie required 20.
To take a very early
Game's on the
lead and
second
no
leg.
mistake from Rob
Rob
Collins.
Collins.
Yet to miss a double is the man from Bognor. Finds himself 2-0 up with a breaker throw.
Third leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on. $60.
Averaging around 87 at the moment.
45.
Here's Rob Collins, who finds himself 2-0 up. Shake of the head
100.
from Jamie Kelling in the background there, and a wry smile. Oh, loads of room.
135.
These two just not destined to hit a 180 against each other.
140. 60.
Well, in total control here, Rob Collins, not just of the leg, but of the match.
105. 48. Robbie required 96.
Double 18 for a 15 dart hold.
Game
In it
shot on the
goes.
third leg. Rob Collins.
That's now 3 out of 4 on the doubles, and the best leg of the match so far. A good performance from Rob Collins, just one away from picking up his first 2 points
Fourth leg,
of
it's
the
Jamie
night.
to throw first. Game on. 45.
All non-tour card holders, of course, so non-professional players.
140.
Well, that's the term that is used for those that are
85.
not tour card holders. Incredibly, Rob Collins working in Hertfordshire on a big construction site right now.
60.
It was a work all day. Managed to nip home, grab a shower, and drive straight here. Arrived around about 7:30.
43.
And will be going back to that same construction site once his matches are over this evening.
125. 125.
So possibly 2 visits away from winning this one 4-0, and he's going to leave tops after 12.
136.
He's only missed one double so far.
Robbie required 40.
Don't expect him to miss this one. 2 10s.
Game shot and
he
the
doesn't,
match. Rob
and
Collins
finishes the match off with the best leg of the match so far, a 14 darter, a very, very solid performance. 4-0 there for Rob Collins in the opening match of the night, and an average into the mid-90s. There you go, 93.94, totally dominant, 66.67% on the doubles, and that high finish of 96. Well, we're going to be back with Dieter Hedman against Matt Dennant. evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. This is Group B. Up next, match number 2. Dieter Hedman facing Matthew Dennan. Here is Dieter Hedman, one of the most familiar faces in world darts. Uses a 28-gram 180 signature dart, a 2-time Wimbledon World Master winner. Well, if I listed all of Dieter's titles, it would probably take longer than our broadcast time. But she's up against 29-year-old Matthew Dennant from Walsall, using a 22-gram Wimbledon dart. Incredibly, 215 titles for Dieter Hebman. That's as accurate as I can be. 340 finals, 3 majors.
59.
He has had a wonderful, wonderful career. 23 international titles.
85.
World Cup singles champion as far back as 1994.
100.
And has been an integral part of our sport for many, many years. It must be in the blood as well, because
134.
her brother, Al, a former British Open winner. Dennant been in great form this week. Finished second in Group A behind Robert Thornton, winning 9 of his 15 matches. 5-ton plus finishes en route. Checkout percentages of 34.01% over those 15 matches, and a running average of 88.93, a high of 99.64. So not the easiest of starts to the evening for Dieter.
60. Matt, you require
Did, of course, have a
148.
win against Terry Jenkins last time out in the live league. Did Dieter?
116.
Lovely use of all the board there from Matt Dennan. By the way, your eyes aren't deceiving you.
Matt, you require 32.
The darts do vibrate slightly. Uses a very fine wire point. Well, another one of those. How much of the double can he see? He's going to have to go all the way right to change his angle of entry.
16.
Which, of course, changes all the
82.
trajectory. 82 for Dieter. Ball double 16. 25-17 for tops. Leaves 76, treble 20, double 8. Beautiful second dart.
Game shot in the first leg.
Not a bad
Deta
third dart.
Hedman.
A mistake on the doubles by Matthew Dennan, instantly punished by Deta Hedman, and she holds throw in leg 1.
Second leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on. 92. $83. 96.
Deta picked up her first big title some 31 years ago. she actually had a very good year. It was 1990 and picked up
83.
many titles. Well, that was a particular big one at the time. Also picked up the Isle of Man Open
134.
in 1990. She won her first title back in 1989 in Finland.
80.
Now 61 years of age and still as keen as mustard to win more titles.
44.
We'll be competing in the PDC Ladies Series, which isn't too far away. Also now the return of Super League and WDF events.
78. Matt, you
will
require
be in the mix.
135.
Well, might not go for the ball here. Well, has 110 left. I'm not sure if he would have gone for the ball with Dieter back on 177.
99.
Leaves double 18 after just 15 scoring darts.
$95. Matt, you require 36.
Well, Matt Dennant will be aware of what Dieter can do with 82, and this time
Matt Dennan.
he doesn't allow Dieter a go at the 82 and hits the double 18 with his first star, and a holder throw makes it 1-1.
Third leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on. $140.
Owen Binks, our referee, will be sharing the duties with Charlie Colstefine.
180.
That's our first max of the night, and certainly won't be our last. Matt Dennant, as I said, at 15 over the first 3 days of Group A. A player up next, Robert Owen.
100.
18. He'll be facing Rob Collins in our next match. Hello.
140.
Very nearly on for the 9.
$100.
May well have to get this 161 Dieter when she returns, because Matt's going to leave it low.
81.
Took a deflection.
Dieter, you require 161.
Trouble 20, trouble 17 and bull. There's an alternative route. Trouble 19, trouble 18 ball, but this is the traditional way. She wants the ball.
Yeah, it's a 51. Yeah, that is.
Just checking that it's in. Wants the ball.
125. Matt, you require 100.
Would have been the highest finish of the week. Currently the highest finish
68.
is a 154
Dieter,
from
36.
the man up next, Robert Owen, but 36 after 12. Dieter wants double 18 for a 2-1 lead.
Game shot on the third leg. Deta Hedman.
Despite a wonderful scoring leg of 180, 140 and 81 from Matt Dennan, it wasn't enough to deny Dieter Hebman the leg.
Fourth leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on. 42.
Dieter with that 13 darter and a holder throw, currently averaging 93. Matt Dennan 101.51.
55.
94 winning average in our opening match by Rob Collins, who was a 4-0 winner against Jamie Kelling.
60.
Here's an opportunity for Dieter to set about the throw of Matt Dennant. Dieter, of course, doesn't need to break throw to win this match. 4 holds a throw.
100.
We'll see Dieter over the line, but you don't get paid overtime. Not in this sport.
60.
Matt Dennan was a 1-8 favourite to win this match. Dieter as big as 5-1, making a bit of a mockery out of that at the moment.
83.
Only halfway there, of course.
$58.
Most definitely has stolen the throw now in leg 4. 18 points in front, plus these. Has to be careful, of course. Straight ton is no good. Won't leave a finish.
45.
Is that a let-off for Dennan?
$97.
So, Dieter is guaranteed 2 visits here at 218. No finish for Matt Dennan. That's an awkward dart for Dieter. May switch to the 18s.
60.
She's over 6 foot, so the line that we can see, or the amount of target available, certainly will look a lot different to
58.
Dieter from the angle we get from
Dieter, you require
our
158.
TV screens. 2 treble 20s and double 19.
$98.
Pressure on the 126. 4
Matt, you
19s and
require
ball for Matt Dennan.
126.
2 bites of the cherry at the treble. Well, that's that sorted. Another one leaves double 6.
114.
So 20 and tops for Dieter Hedman
Dieter, you
for the break of
require
throw
60.
and a 3-1 lead. Only missed 1 dart, a double so far in this match. 2 10s.
40.
That will hurt.
Matt, you require 12.
For 2-2.
Game show on the 4 flag. Matt Dennant.
Certainly dodged one there, has Matthew Dennant, finding the double 6 with his second dart after watching Dieter go so close to double top. And he would have been 3-1 behind.
Fifth leg,
As
it's
it is,
Dieter to throw
it's
first.
2-2 and Dieter to throw first.
Game on. $60. $57.
Probably the pace of this one not particularly suiting Matthew Dennan. Very deliberate is Dieter. Certainly won't be rushed.
$81.
Both players now after
93.
that rather lengthy fourth leg, which was won in 23 darts by Matt Dennant. Both players averaging now in the mid-80s.
$41.
It's almost like an overspill of disappointment from missing out on a 3-1 lead has just rattled Dieter a little bit. Need to regroup. A breaker throw at this stage would be a disaster. Because Matthew Dennan will have the throw in the very next leg.
35.
He will be just focusing on serving that one out. In control now of the leg.
171.
Beautiful. 171 to leave tops after 12. See the difference in a player that feels like he's avoided possible defeat in Matt Dennan.
134.
To Dieter, who just
Matt,
seems to be
40.
was frustrated prior to that 134, and Matt Dennant steps in with a 13 darter of his own, and he makes it 3-2 with a breaker throw. He now has the darts in leg 6.
Sick flag, it's Matt to throw first. Game on.
Was a lovely setup with that 171, treble 20, treble 20, treble 17
81.
to leave the double, and steps in. Does the business. Matthew Dennant's lifted his average now up to 92.85.
140.
Dieter still maintaining that mid-80s average.
59.
Stolen the darts already. Has to consolidate that with a decent visit, and that's bang in the middle of the treble 20. That was thrown with some meaning.
100. $96. $81.
Well, you can score 180, but you certainly can't finish it. Highest finish is 170. But 140 to leave tops will be exactly what she's thinking about here. Slips into the treble 1 next door, but rescues the situation superbly with the treble 19. Remember, Dieter missed 60.
97.
To move into a 3-1 lead.
Dieter, you require 60.
Now she needs 60 to take us to the hill. 3-3 to a decider. Might be able to just drop on top of that one. Double 10.
40. Matt, you require 110.
On reflection, Dieter could have won this match quite comfortably. She's had darts to win 2 of the legs she's lost.
Game shot and the match.
And Matt Dennant takes out the 110, finding the double 16. Here's a replay of that. Treble 20, single 18, finds the double 16, and a puff of the cheeks from young Matt Dennan. He's dodged a bullet there. He's got away with one, but he picks up his first 2 points of the night. Dieter, 84.56 on the average. Matt, 91.48, 4 out of 9 on the doubles. And that high finish of 110. Well, we're going to be back with the two Robs. Rob Collins against Robert Owen. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for the Online Darts Live League, and tonight's action coming from Group B. Our next matchup features the two Robs, Rob Collins against Robert Owen. Robert Owen in picture right this second from Bridgend in Wales makes up our 5-player field of this Group B. Former UK Open semi-finalist, of course, a couple of years ago. Both players now competing on the Challenge Tour. In fact, Rob Collins, a former Challenge Tour winner.
First leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Robert Owen was a tour card holder.
83.
Finished third in Group A that was played over the Monday, Tuesday and
100.
Wednesday. A running average of 85.64, a high of 94.46, 18 180s, 35.66% on the doubles.
81.
And 5 ton plus finishes, including the highest we've seen this week so far, a 154.
140.
And best leg this week of 11 darts.
95.
The way Rob Collins is playing, he must be keen to get back to work. Won his opening match, of course.
60.
Our opening match of the night against Jamie Kelling, 4-0. A very respectable 93.94 average. We've just seen Matthew Dennant squeak past Dieter Hedman 4-2. A winning average of 91.48.
$136. Rob, you require 109.
This is for a breaker throw, treble 19 for double 16.
64.
So 46
Robert,
for Robert Owen
46.
for a hold and a 1-0 lead. Tops he needs.
Game shot on the first leg.
Tops he
Robert
gets.
Owen.
In a very clinical fashion, the 6 and the double tops in 2 darts. A 17 dart holder throw gets this match underway.
Second leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on. $100.
Robert Owen, nicknamed Stack Attack.
83.
His darts below horizontal to the ground. Very Taylor-esque for those of you that are keen followers of the game. You will know that Phil's darts were the traditional way is above horizontal to the ground, but Robert Owens is below, so he works from under the 60 up, hence the nickname Stack Attack, where you'll see a much more traditional angle of entry from Rob Collins here, with the darts sitting up.
45.
Where with Rob Collins, if he goes below the 60, it's a bit of a blocker. It's the other way round, hence the switch here. If we get the other angle that we have from one of our many cameras,
96.
you can actually see, there you go, you'll be able to see how much they hang below horizontal to the ground.
100.
He says it doesn't matter what darts he used, they all go in like that, and that's down to the timing of the release, of course, and his height.
140.
Very solid leg on the Collins throw this from Robert Owen. Down to 82 after 12, a possible 14 dart leg. That leaves 57, which is why they go that way. The ball would have left double 16.
62. Robbie require 106.
Big ask from Collins here. 2 treble 20s and tops. The shot's not on now.
60. Robert, you require 20. Game show on the second leg.
It was a 17 dart holder throw in leg 1 for Rob Owen, and that's a 17 dart breaker throw in leg 2. Rob Collins won all 4 of his legs in the opening match.
Game on.
And he's now 2-0 down.
100. 180.
And his first max of the night.
'81.
Now has to throw to break straight back.
100.
Nicknamed Man of Steel.
44.
It's a big unit is Robert Collins.
60.
So a 2 treble visit needed from Robert Owen to get down to a finish.
41. Rob, you require 161. $55.
May see the ball used here. 25 leaves 170.
55. Rob, you require
He's had a
106.
disastrous leg on throw here. Tops needed for Rob Collins though.
Game shot on the third leg.
Nothing
Rob
disastrous
Collins.
about that for Rob Collins. Here's a replay. Finds the tops on the back of 106 to break straight back instantly. 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
So back-to-back break throws in this match.
43.
That's Rob Collins' highest checkout of the night. Took out 96 in his opening match, was the high finish.
100. 59.
This is one of those kind of matches. It's a perfect example of the saying, play the
60.
board and not your opponent.
$85.
Opportunities are there for both players.
100. 60.
Oh, a third consecutive break of throw is on the cards.
134.
Beautiful use of the treble 19 cover shot from Robert Owen. Leaves 107 after 12.
41.
Rob Collins left 106
Robert,
after
you
12
require
in leg 3.
107.
88 remaining, treble 16 for tops maybe. Yep, that was a shot. He can stay there as well.
51.
If he'd have found the trouble with his third dart, he'd have left double 12.
41.
And no pressure at all. The
Robert, you
pressure
require 56.
of a flat tyre on this 56 because no finish for Collins. Just to the right.
16.
Oh, he did go right. You could see he bent the wire.
$140. Robert, you require 40.
Good pressure from Collins.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Robert Owen.
Robert Owen finds the break back, and it is 3-1, and he has the darts now in this fifth leg to win it 4-1 from absolutely nowhere.
Fifth leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
When we had the break back, couldn't have been the only one thinking
60.
that This one has the potential to go all the way. The average is very similar, both around 80.
100.
But a 21 dart breaker throw enough for Robert Owen to give him a big advantage.
135. 59.
'Coming up next,
59.
Jamie Kelling against Deta Hedman. Both players looking to pick up their first win of the night. Well, that's guaranteed
44.
in that one.
$134.
Again, great use of the cover shot from the Welshman.
40. Robert, you require 113.
113 to seal the deal. 94 remaining. Treble 18 for tops. 76 left. Treble 20 for double 8.
$38.
Shake of the head in the background from
98.
Robert Owen. He knows he made a
Robert,
bit
you
of a
requires 75.
pig's ear of that one. 18 will leave tops and for the match.
55. Robbie require 160. 40. Robert, you require 20. 'Game shot and the match. Robert
Takes
Owen.
a deflection and somehow finds its way into the double 10, and you could see what he thought about that, and the averages reflect his response in the end. But it is Robert Owen that plays his first match and picks up his first 2 points. We're going to be straight back in around about 3 minutes with Jamie Kelling against Dieter Hebman. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV. This is the Online Darts Live League and tonight's action is coming live from Group B. Up next, match number 4 of 10 we will be bringing you live this evening, and it features Jamie Kelling against Dieter Hebman. Both players losing their opening matches this evening. Rob Collins defeating Jamie 4-0. And Dieter going down 4-2 to Matthew Dennant, although Dieter's was a handful of missed opportunities. Could well have won that one herself 4-2. These two have played previously in the live league when Dieter competed on a
first against
Thursday
Jamie to
and
throw first.
Friday evening back in July. Jamie winning both their meetings on that occasion. Has to be said, was against
55.
a very rusty Dieter. 4-1, Jamie won those matches.
$140.
As always, these matches, if you are joining us for the first time, of course, welcome along. All the matches are best of 7, first to 4, and 2 points for a win. These players in this group will compete over 2 evenings, and the top 3 will progress into Saturday night's final, where Robert Thornton
100
awaits, enjoying a couple of days off after winning Group A that was played over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Our other group, which is
96.
Group C, which started this morning at 9:30. They will play to conclusion tomorrow. Nick Fulwell and Stephen Burton on top of the table, both winning 4 out of 5 matches today.
41.
If you want to watch the action, that's on our Online Darts YouTube channel. But we will return tomorrow night for the conclusion of this group at 10 o'clock on Sporty Stuff TV.
$81. Jamie require 129.
That's 9 of them.
32.
2 trebles. And didn't want either of them.
You require 139. Yes.
82. Has options. Bull a treble 14. Opted for the bull. That leaves 57.
99. Jamie
So
requiring
barring
97.
Jamie Kelling taking out the 97. Well, that leaves tops. 2 darts in hand. Well, that's a wild one.
77.
Dieter. An early opportunity
require 40.
to break throw.
Game shot on the first leg. Deta Hedman.
Deta Hedman had a nightmare on the double 10 in her previous match. Not this time. It's a friend rather than a foe, and it's a 17 dart break of throw in favour of Deta.
Second leg, it's
1-0.
Deta to throw first. Game on.
Getting off to the ideal start. Now has to build on it.
63.
Great recovery.
$43.
The mistake not punished.
55.
Try to squeeze it in. As I
45.
was saying a little earlier, your eyes are not deceiving you. Deta uses a very fine wire point, which allows a bit of flexibility when she's maneuvering around the 60. It's meant to reduce
83.
deflections, but they do have the result of the fine wire point is those quite bizarre vibrating darts,
60.
which me personally would put me off, but there's a few players that have used them over the years now. Deta's been using them for quite some time.
$42. $85.
Well, despite a poor start to the leg from Deta, still finds herself 10 points in front. Gonna get away with it for so long, but finds the treble 19 on the cover.
$100.
Steady tum from Jamie, but no finish, so 2 visits for Deta to get rid of 176 for a 2-0 lead.
$118. $45. Deta, you require 58. Game show on the second leg.
Finds the double top
Deta
with
Hedman.
no drama this time on the back of a 58 shot. And it is a 2-0 lead for Deta. An opportunity gone there for Jamie Kelling, and now he's in trouble.
Well, I guess Jamie to throw first. Game on. $100.
It's a fabulous period for darts fans over the next, well, 4 months or so, I suppose. World Cup of Darts is less than a month away. That's on Sky Sports.
81.
Then a week after that, we're straight into the Nordic Darts Masters, which I will be bringing you on ITV Sport alongside
60.
the usual team of Jackie Oatley, Alan Warner-Little, John Rawling, no doubt Ned Bolting, and Mark Webster joining in the action. And then the 3rd to the 9th of October on Sky Sports, it's the Dublin World Grand Prix.
81.
Not in Dublin this time, though. Of course, it's now in Leicester. And then the end of October, more ITV darts for your enjoyment.
180.
As it's the World Series of Darts finals, as Jamie Kelling finds his first max of the night. Then one of the great tournaments of the year from the 13th to the 21st of November. It's the Grand Slam of Darts, again on Sky, and then the 26th to the 28th of November back on ITV for the Players' Championship finals. And then a couple of weeks later, £500,000 up for grabs for the winner as the World Championship kicks off on the 15th of December. A feast for dart fans.
140. Jamie required 24.
Double 7.
Game shot on the third leg.
Gets there
Jamie
in
Kelling.
the end and finds the double 7 with his third and final dart, with Dieter waiting on 102. It's only a holder throw, but that's his first chalk on the board.
Fourth
2-1
leg, it's
to
Dieter
Hedman.
throw first.
Best leg of the
Game on.
match. A 15 dart hold.
$58.
Of course, in and around
61.
all of those events, we have the continuation of the Online Darts Live League. Every 5th week, of course, it's Champions Week, 4 weeks of qualifying. Champions
40.
Week, over £12,000 in prize money up for grabs. Over 40 different players in action, all vying for the £7,000 first prize. Remember, these aren't professional players. Dieter works for the Royal Mail in the sorting office, doing
100.
pretty sure she does 12-hour night shifts. Stolen the darts here. Jamie Kelling, 903 in front. 9 darts apiece thrown. Dieter there looking for
57.
Well, she would have loved 9 19s, but 7 19s would have left the 170.
$60.
If you do fancy a crack of competing in the Online Darts Live League, there is qualifiers.
62. Jamie require 140.
The Modern Amateur Darts Organisation run those qualifiers. You don't even have to leave the comfort
100.
of your own home. They are played online. Winners guaranteed £1,000 in appearance money, their hotel and travel taken care of.
$100.
All the information on that,
Jamie require 40.
maddarts.tv. Could we unearth a new star?
Game shot on the fourth leg. Jamie Kelling.
Back-to-back legs for Jamie Kelling. A 15 dart hold's been followed by an 18 dart breaker throw, and he levels things up at 2-2, and we're back on throw.
Fifth leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on. $41.
Pained look etched across the face of Jamie Kelling. I know that feeling from personal experience.
60. $95.
He's got such a gentle, loopy throw that the moment you try and force anything with a throw like that, it can all go pear-shaped quickly. Just has to rely on feel and natural ability.
55. 100.
Was a player that was tipped to do big things. As I said a little earlier, he won the Next Gen Unicorn event, which was one of the first events to unearth young talent.
140.
Not quite worked out for him yet. Still plenty of time.
83.
Look at Peter Wright, 49 years of age when he won his first world title.
$28.
And he's still winning titles a couple of years later. Unstoppable in the match play.
44.
In fact, right now it's hard to argue that he's the best player in the world. Sure, Gerwin Price has other ideas, and rightly so. There is so many
60.
great players around right now.
Jamie require 138.
The sport really does have serious strength and depth at the top end. 64 scored, 74 remaining, treble 14 or treble 18 for double 10.
118.
Beautiful setup shot. 2 treble 20s and double
Dieter
19
require
for Dieter.
158.
So Jamie Kelling is going to have 3 darts at double 10
55.
for 3 consecutive legs.
Jamie
Trailing
required 20.
2-0.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
Well, it was
Jamie
a
Kelling.
rather wild first dart at double 10, but he put it right with his second dart, finding double 5, albeit a little bit messy in the corner. But
6th
it
leg,
is
it's Dieter to
3-2.
throw first. Game on. $140.
4th 140 in the match for Dieter.
134. $95. $100.
Just picked up the pace a little bit, Jamie Kelling. I think he looks a little bit, well, I think he looks more comfortable when there's a little bit more tempo. I think sometimes he can be a little bit too deliberate, trying to be a little bit too accurate.
81.
Again, Dieter finds the trouble with her final dart. That's a perfect placement. When there's more tempo,
140.
that's what happens. 134, ton 140. The 3 scoring visits of this leg for Jamie Kelling.
$95.
And again,
Jamie require
wins
127.
the treble 20 with her final dart. 17 and ball for Jamie Kelling for the match.
85. Dieter, you require 90.
Treble 20, double 15 or 20-20 ball. 2 darts at double 15.
Game shot on the 6th flag.
Beautiful
Deta
finish.
Hedman.
And a very, very tidy leg from Dieter Treble 20 and double 15. No mistake at all. 3-3.
7th and final leg. It's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
Best leg of the match there from Dieter. A 14 dart hold.
43.
1 match dart for Jamie Kelling. And starts with only 43.
$140.
Dieter, as big as 5-1 in this match, is now gone 8-11 favourite.
93. $43.
That's a real let-off for Jamie Kelling if he can punish it.
55.
Matthew Dennant versus Robert Owen up next. Matthew Dennant, the 4-6 favourite.
118.
Robert Owen 11-10 in their 3 meetings on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Robert Owen won them all.
180.
That's the second max of the match for Jamie Kelling. And just when he was in real big trouble, he was 110 behind.
$60. Jamie, you require 130.
May get another dart at the ball here. My goodness. There was some adrenaline in that. Well, if this ball goes in...
105.
Oh, the line was good. About a quarter of an inch
Dieter,
low.
you require 140.
Well, Jamie looks edgy. So if Dieter doesn't get this, a minimum of a ton to leave a double may be enough pressure.
92. Jamie, you require 25.
2 8s for the match.
Game shot and the match. Jamie Kelling.
Well, there was nothing edgy about the ending. There, the averages 82.7 for Dieter, 84.46 for Jamie Kelling was enough to just get over the line. Dieter waiting to pounce on 48. Well, we're going to be back in around about 3 minutes with Robert Owen up against Matthew Dennant. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you exclusively on Sporty Stuff TV. Welcome back to the action, and what a game we have for you up next. Matthew Dennant up against Robert Owen, both players winning their opening matches. Robert Owen winning 4-1 against Rob Collins.
Okay, first leg it's Matt to throw first.
Dennant winning 4-2 against Dieter Hedman. The completion of this match, everyone will have played 2 games, and I will
96.
bring you an update on the table. As I said a little earlier, these two have previous this week from Group
81.
A, where Matt Dennant finished second and Robert Owen finished third. Only on count back, both of them winning 9 matches
58.
out of the 15 played. It was Matty Dennant finishing just above on count back.
24.
However, in their 3 meetings this week, Robert Owen on
59.
Monday won 4-3 with a 94.46, 4 180s. Dennan, not too shabby himself, 94.78. And that was
43.
Robert Owen's highest average of the week so far. And then on Tuesday, a more impressive victory, this time 4-1 for Robert Owen with a 94.22. And then on Wednesday, winning 4-3 with an 85.66.
60.
Yet it was Matthew Dennant that was the 4-6 favourite. Do they know something we don't? Well, we're about to find out.
134. 60. Matt, you require 97.
Has to be said, on the form of their opening 2 matches, I also
57.
would have made Matt Dennant a favourite, of course. The odds compilers wouldn't have seen those matches because these odds are from a little earlier.
140. Matt, you require
I
40.
noted them down. So tops for 1-0. Has to watch the flight.
20.
Went slightly right to
Robbie
avoid it.
93.
Didn't quite put enough on it. May go double-double. He went for the 42-32 strat.
Matt, you require 20. Game shot on the first leg. Matt Dennant.
It's a hold a throw for Matty Dennant in 22 darts. Robert Owen out of sorts so far this evening.
Second leg, it's Robert to throw first.
Did win his first match this evening, of course, Robert Owen. But it was far from impressive. Averaged just 77.5.
140.
By comparison, Matthew Dennant beat Deta Hedman with a 91.48.
100. 77. 140.
Although the bookies do have a canny way of getting away with it. They did today with a Richard North and Stephen Burton match.
100.
5-6 each of 2. And at that stage, Stephen Burton was 3 out of 3 and averaging about 10 more than Richard North, who had not won a game. He was 0 from 3. However, it was Richard North that won 4-3. And Stephen Burton had an average in the 70s. As I say, that's why the bookies have
119.
Bentleys and
Robert,
I
you
have a
require
BMX.
124.
14 and ball. Why you're going for the treble there when your opponent
84.
wants a
Matt, you
two
require
darter is
87.
beyond me. Poor ball management from Robert Owen there. Shouldn't be anywhere near thinking about the treble.
62.
And very, very nearly a wire away
Robert,
from paying the price
40.
and going 2-0 down. But a reprieve.
On the second leg.
And no
Robert
mistake
Owen.
at all from Robert Owen. Finds the tops. And that's a much better leg. A 16 dart hold for Robert Owen. 1-1.
Third leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on. $93.
The completion of this match will be at the halfway point. 5 down, 5 more to bring you.
100.
The completion of this one, it will be Rob Collins versus Dieter Hebman.
180.
Matty Dennant. It's the first max of this encounter.
100. 96.
They have previously met on the Challenge Tour, and again, Robert Owen won that one.
85.
So
Mate,
by my reckoning,
32.
it's 4 out of 4 in favour of Robert Owen.
60. Matt, you require 72.
For a second holder throw and a 2-1 lead, double six, over pitch that one.
Game shot on the third leg.
Mattered not.
Matt Dennan.
Found the double six, and Robert Owen had a old-fashioned look on his face there, didn't he? It's 2-1. All 3 legs have gone with throw.
Fourth leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
That was a 15 dart leg from Matthew Dennant.
43.
And only a 43. An opportunity to punish.
96. $140. $77.
Young Owen Binks refereeing alongside Charlie Colstefine this evening. Both sharing the job.
121.
Incredibly, whilst one is refereeing, the other referee is doing the spotting.
180.
Just basically guiding our director around the board on the combination shots.
100. Matt, you require 148. $60. Robert, you require 97.
For a holder throw. Beautiful trouble 19. 2 10s. There's pressure.
Game shot on the fourth
Bang
leg.
in the middle of
Robert
the double 10. Found the treble 19. Misses tops, but no mistake. Spot on in the middle for 2-2. And Matt Dennant was poised on 88 to break throw.
Game on.
It's really picked up this one.
121.
Got off to a rather sedate start. A 21 dart holder throw from Matthew Dennan, and a 16 dart hold from Robert Owen.
125.
And then the next 2 legs have both been held in 15 darts. We find ourselves
59.
at 2-2.
99. 134.
It's great listening to all the players who are relishing the opportunity. It is effectively a TV studio, no crowd, of course.
57.
Just to be playing in this right environment under the lights competitively after the terrible 18 months or so.
137, Matt, you're
endured.
130. $100.
Of course, the elite end
Robert,
of the game has continued, 40. Thankfully, due to the PDC.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
And that is
Robert Owen.
The best leg of the match so far. A 13-dart breaker throw for Robert Owen. And he is now in control of this match.
6th leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
All these guys, of course, would ply their trade on the Challenge Tour and the
59.
various opens in clubs and sports centres up and down the country. Well, they've all been closed until recently.
100. 140. 140. 124.
That dart was for the 18s. He was looking at 4 18s and treble 20 to leave at 170.
100.
Could well see the 18s come into play, but that lie looks good for him. Yep, he stayed there for the ton.
161.
So 161 to keep this match alive.
93. Robert, you require 78.
2 darts at 2 12s.
Game shot and the match.
Win.
Robert Owen.
And Robert Owen gets the job done with a 14-dart leg with throw to win it comfortably again. 4-2. That's 4 out of 4 this week. I did say it was a bizarre by the bookies to make Robert Owen the 11 to 10 shot on Matt Dennant, the 4 to 6 favourite. There's the numbers: 92.14 Matt Dennant, and a very, very equally as good 92.64 for Robert Owen. And look at those finishing percentages: 4 out of 5, 80%. Very, very good indeed. Right, we're going to be straight back with Rob Collins and Dieter Hebman after this short break. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV. This is the Online Darts Live League. And up next, match number 6. Rob Collins up against Dieter Hebman. This is Dieter Hedman. Here's her opponent, Rob Collins from Bognor Regis. 22-gram Red Dragon Dart, 42. Former Challenge Tour winner. Up against Deta Hedman with 215 titles. 61 now from Witham in Essex. Amongst those 215 titles, 2 of them were Winmore World Masters title. There's just one title that's been elusive over the years.
140.
That was that women's world title at Lakeside. Who knows? It does return in January. Maybe Dieter can get her hands on it.
58.
Never say never in sport, and that's especially apt in darts.
81.
That rugby player fella Gerwin Price hasn't done bad, has he? Who'd have thought that?
100.
Around about 70 years ago, he decided to give darts a bash.
190.
Now the world champion and the world number 1. That's why I say never say never. And in my opinion, Gerwin Price
100.
is box office.
Rob, you require 100.
Love him or loathe him, you can't take your eyes off him.
34.
66 when he returns. If you are wondering what the numbers indicate to the left of the player's name, that's darts used.
100. Rob, you require 66.
Some of you, of course, watching darts for the very first time.
26.
The leg starts on 501
Dieter,
points.
you require 143.
And the 501 points must be completed by one of the outer segments or that tiny little red one in the middle, the bullseye.
41. Rob, you require 40. Game shot on the first low.
Collins
Rob
finds
Collins.
one of those little outer segments, and a 16 dart holder throw gives him a 1-0 lead.
Second leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on. 180.
That's Dieter's first max of the night.
58.
4 perfect darts. Well done, Jinxie Mason.
121.
Shouldn't have mentioned it. 180. Backed up with a 1-2-1.
140. 60. $139.
Good thinking. Good math from
DT
Rob
require
Collins
140.
to leave a finish. It's unlucky. Needed 2 treble 20s for double 10. And it's just slipped into the treble next door.
36.
Tried to force
Rob, you require
her way through.
164. $64. DT require 104. $41. Rob, you require 100. $60.
Should be treble 13 for double 12
DT
for
requires
Deta.
63.
Single 13 leaves 50, and then it depends how she feels. I think it will be 10 tops. Well, she's gone for 51 for double 6. I think that leaves double 13.
Game shot.
Any way you like, Dieter.
Deta Hedman.
As long as it adds up to 501 and you hit a double on the outside or the little bullseye, it's the leg. And that was the leg for Deta in 18 darts. Raises her hand
Third leg, it's Rob to
apologetically,
throw
but it's
first.
1-1. Both players hitting a 180 in their holds to throw.
180.
Following this one, Jamie Kelling against Matthew Dennant. Now, these two again have played previously in the live league on 2 occasions.
83.
Back in May. Jamie Kelling won their first encounter and it was a scrappy one. Won
60.
4-3 with a 76 average. Matt Dennan won their return match 4-3 with a 92.75. They go 5-4 Kelling, 4-7 about Dennan. The averages
42.
for tonight, Jamie Kelling 76 and an 84. Matt Dennan a 91.48 and a 92.14.
41.
Might be taking the bookies on there at 4-7. Remember, please gamble responsibly. All I do is try and bring you all
40.
the data I have available and point you in the right direction.
$60. $80. Rob, you require 160.
2 treble 20s and tops. Cancel that.
44. $180. Rob, you require 116.
2 apiece now in that 180 column.
96.
Narrowly misses tops for the 116.
Deta
absolutely
requires 76.
nowhere. Dieter should get at least one dart here to break throw. Double 18 will be the double.
Game
And she
shot on the
does
third
find it.
leg. Deta
And
Hedman.
courtesy of a wonderfully timed 180 and a missed tops off the back of the 116, Dieter Hebman gets a breaker throw and finds herself 2-1 up.
Fourth leg, it's Deta to throw first. Game on. $95. $100. $100. $60.
So 35 points in front with the throw, plus these.
$60.
It's a little awkward.
100.
Works his way around it. Fantastic feel and adjustment from Rob Collins. Sometimes I am just too funny. Nothing funny about that.
121.
Well, it's going to be a third 180. The 121 takes Dieter down to a 125 finish.
57.
Seen that from
Deta require 125.
James Richardson today. $75 left. That leaves the ball. I think she's going to go for it.
100.
Well, what a shot that would have been. Didn't need to go for it, of course, with Collins back on 184.
100. Deta require 25. No score. Rob, you require 84.
14. Treble 14 leaves double 11.
Game shot on the
It
fourth
was risky.
leg. Rob Collins.
And sometimes you have to look back and reflect on that 125 attempt by
Fifth leg,
Deta.
it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Now, if she would have played the percentages with Collins back on 184 and it a 10 to leave tops, she would have had
60.
3 clear darts at tops and not have been looking at splitting the 25 to leave double 4 and drifting into the double 17 and busting. Very much like in golf, you get course management. In darts, you have board management.
60.
But I'll let her partner, Paul James, talk to her about that. He has a bad back at the moment. I think if he discussed that one with her, he might have a bad
45.
neck. Credit to Rob Collins stepping in, breaking through with an 84 checkout.
100. 60.
My apologies, it wasn't James Richardson today that took the 1-2-5 out that Dieter was attempting. It was Nick Fulwell.
41.
Great to see Nick today. Great to see him in such good form.
81.
He currently tops the table in Group C, which will conclude tomorrow.
$60.
By around about this time tomorrow night, we will be very close to knowing our final 6 players for Saturday night's final.
180.
That's 180, number 5 of this match. 3-2 in favour of Rob Collins in that column.
$100. Rob, you require 75.
58 remaining. That leaves tops.
55. Dieter, you require 140.
James Richardson took the 1-2-1 out on the ball today in that incredible match against Anastasia Dobromoslova, where he averaged 107.36.
45. Rob, you require 20. No score.
Well, is it Dieter's turn to pinch one?
Dieter, you require 95.
First start should be at the ball. 50 leaves 45. 25 leaves 70. So then 20 and ball. That leaves double 8.
87. Rob, you require 20. Game shot on the 5th leg. Rob Collins.
The second time of asking. Rob Collins finds the double 10, despite Dieter going close on that 95 finish. Rob Collins is the man with his nose in
6th
front
leg.
once
It's
again.
Dieter to throw first. Game on. $100. $83. $26. $99.
Dieter here at the point of no return. A maximum of 2 legs remain.
81.
Dieter has to win them both. The table, after everybody had
59.
played 2 matches, was Robert Owen top, 4 points plus 5. And then Rob Collins, Matt Dennant and Jamie Kelling all on 2 points. With just the 1 win and 1 loss. Dieter
140.
yet to find her first win. Been close, of course.
121. Deta require 154.
The traditional way is treble 20, treble 18 and tops. The modern way is 2 treble 19s and tops.
122.
That's a brilliant
Robbie
setup shot. All
require
the same
139.
acknowledged by Rob Collins. That leaves 82. The ball would have left double 16. That leaves 40.
DT require 32.
Double 16 for 3-3. Not for the first time tonight for Deta. Her last match went all the way against Jamie Kelling.
Game shot on the sixth.
This one
Deta Hedman
is going exactly the same. 3-3. And it'll be Rob Collins who has the darts in the 7th and deciding leg.
7th and final leg. It's Rob to throw first. $60. $60. $100.
Tons are feeling like 140s in a last leg shootout.
$60. $60. $140.
Super visit from Deta. Pressure beginning to mount on the shoulders of Rob Collins.
100.
Super last start. 60 behind you, Deta. Needs one treble to get her down to a finish, and not that one. Another one of those will help.
123.
Down to a very doable 118. What's your number?
57. DT require
Deta,
180.
118 to pick up her first 2 points of the night. Treble 19 leaves double 18.
82. Robbie require
Needs
124.
one treble in the first 2 darts to get a dart at the ball. 14 for the ball. Wants the ball for the match.
99.
Well, you could hear how close that was,
DT require 36.
because it clipped the wire of the bullseye. 3 darts in hand for Deta at double 18. 2 9s.
$18. Robbie require 25.
2 12s. 2 6s to pinch one.
Game, shot, and the match.
And it's
Rob
in
Collins.
the bottom corner, and Rob Collins picks up the 2 points. Deta created opportunities there, and 3 clear darts at 36, Averages 81.77, 79.86 for Dieter. 30% on the doubles for Dieter. 36.36 for Rob Collins. And it's Rob Collins who moves on to 4 points on the table. Right, we're going to be straight back after a short break with Jamie Kelling against Matthew Dennan. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League as the action continues on Sporty Stuff TV with match number 7 of 10. And here's the table update for you. Robert Owen on 4 points, 2 from 2. Rob Collins played one more match on 4 points, plus 2 the leg difference. And Matt Dennant has an opportunity here to move above one of those players.
100. $57.
Would have to have a big win, of course. Need a 4-1 win. I do expect Matt Dennant to win this one. Just looking at their previous, the fact that Matt Dennant has already had 3 days action this week in that Group A, where he won 9 from 6 matches.
60.
Had a running average of very nearly 89. And the fact that both 93 players have played 2 matches this evening. And in terms of those numbers,
55.
Matthew Dennant has been far more impressive on both occasions. We shall see.
140.
Was 11 to 10 Kelling, 4 to 6. Matthew Dennant was 4 to 7, but
81.
that was a little earlier.
Matt, you require
when I checked before the off, he was 4 to 6.
57. Jamie, you require 145. 59. Matt, you require 107. 49. Jamie, you require 86.
86 to hold throw, and he's going to need a treble 14 for double 16 or a treble 18 for double 10. So
46.
Matt Dennant will come back.
Matt, you require
and
58.
a break a throw opportunity. At the earliest opportunity, double 10.
38. Jamie, you require 40. Game shot on the first leg. Jamie Kelling.
2 chances for Matthew Dennant there to get a breaker throw before Jamie Kelling had a dart at a double, but it is 1-0 to Kelling.
Second leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on. $180. 60.
That's Matt's 4th 180 of the
59.
night.
45. 119. 59. Matt, you require 143.
May stay there. Yep, might be
57.
so. Plenty of time on his hands to win this leg with the darts.
125.
Did have
Matt, you
2
require
darts, of course,
86.
in leg 1 to break throw. Should really be 2-0 up.
54. 100. Matt, you require 32.
This is awkward because the dart is sat in the board. He's going to have to go right and try and slide it down the side of those 2.
Game shot on the second leg.
What an
Matt
arrow
Dennant.
that was. Had to change his line and trajectory, but he found the double 16 eventually. An 18 dart hold makes it 1-1.
Third leg, it's Jamie to throw first. 58. $180.
Second 180 of the match.
47.
Fifth of the night.
100. 45. 121.
It was a well-thrown dart that just deflected off the flight of the dart that was just sat a little bit awkwardly
60.
in the treble 20.
Matt, you require 100.
But no real damage done. He wants a ton. Tops for an 11 darter.
60.
Scoring's okay, but his doubling leaves a lot to be desired. 6 scores of a ton or more in 3 legs.
180. Matt, you require 40. Game shot on the third leg. Matt Dennant.
That's a breaker throw in 15 darts for Matthew Dennant. And is it 2 180s en route? 2-1 up.
Fourth leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, 6 scores of a ton or more in 3 legs. But 10 darts missed at doubles.
80. 140. 100. 140.
Back-to-back 140s in the scoring phase of this fourth leg for Jamie Kelling.
42. 60. 96. Jamie require 161.
2 visits to get rid of this 161 because no finish for Matthew Dennant.
99.
Leaves 62 after 12. Very, very good leg indeed from Jamie Kelling.
99. Jamie requires 62.
He's going to get 1 dart, double 18.
44. Matt, you require 84.
2 12s, 2 6s.
Game shot on the
Well,
fourth leg.
that levels
Matt
things
Dennant.
up a little bit with that finish. An 18 darter and an 84 checkout holds throw for Matthew Dennant and makes up for the opening leg, I suppose.
Fifth leg, it's Jamie to throw first. $59. 59. 97.
Matty Dennant just
57.
1 leg away from winning this match. Love to get it done in this leg because leg difference
60.
is going to play its part.
58. 85. 100.
Keeping the pressure applied on Jamie Kelling.
100.
A maximum of 3 legs remain, and Jamie's got to win them all.
59. Jamie, you require 100.
Double 16.
Game shot
Beautiful
the fifth
finish.
leg. Jamie Kelling.
Absolutely stunning finish from Jamie Kelling, picking off the treble 16 for double 16. But it is now Matthew Dennant that has the darts in leg
first.
6.
Game on.
Can he use them? Can he hold? Can he pick up another 2 points?
93.
That was a lovely shot from Kelling on that 100 finish.
45. 180.
180, number 3 of this match for Matt Dennan. Leads that column 3-1.
60.
He's at 3 180s and only 140.
42.
5 scorers of between a ton and 139.
140.
70 points in front, plus these. Could go ball.
130.
Went for treble 10 to leave double 18.
60. Matt, you require 56.
Tops he needs.
Game.
Tops he
shot.
gets and wraps things up
Matt Dennant.
with the best leg of the match. A 14 dart holder throw for Matt Dennan. Too many missed doubles for a brig average, I'm afraid. He missed 11 darts in total at doubles, despite hitting 3 180s. His average 83.7, but the scoreline and the 2 points is all he will worry about. Up next, it's Dieter Hebman against Robert Owen. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. This is Group B and we're into match number 7, and it's Dieter Hebman against Robert Owen. My apologies, it's match number 8, of course. There's a table update. Matty Dennant does move in to second spot with that win over Jamie Kelling. But it's all on leg difference. But a chance for Robert Owen to make it 3 out of 3 against Dieter here. And move 2 points clear at the top of the table. Remember, we do it all again tomorrow night. And then we will find our top 3 that will join Robert Thornton, who awaits in the final after winning Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday's Group
First
A.
leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on.
And then our 6-player field is made up from the top 2 from Group C, which is also comes to a conclusion tomorrow. At the moment, Nick Fulwell and Stephen Burton
78.
top of the table, both on 8 points. James Richardson, Sean Fisher and Anastasia Dobromoslova on 4 points, and Richard North on 2 points.
99.
Great few days of darts still to come in the
60.
Online Darts Live League before we get to Saturday night's final. Find out who takes the first 3 places in Week 5's
81.
Champions Week, where the players will be duking it out for a cool £12,000, £7,000 the winner. Not bad work if you can get it.
81.
No history, of course, between these two. Well, not that I know of.
94. 83. 60.
Owen, first down
49.
to finish
Robert, you require 167.
against the darts.
86.
This is Dieter's final match
Dieter, you require 150.
of tonight's session. Love to sign off this session with a win. Oh, so close. It's just skewed up.
134.
Great treble 18 to leave double 8.
Robert, you require 81.
Good pressure on the 81 for Robert Owen. 12 ball. Treble 12 for double 13.
55. DT requires 16.
So 2 8s for a holder throw and a 1-0 lead.
Game shot on the first leg. Deta Hedman
finds the double 4 with her final dart for a 21 dart holder throw. So Robert Owen instantly on the back foot.
Second leg, it's Robert to throw first. 100. $81.
Still to come, Matt Dennant against Rob Collins, and
60.
Robert Owen against Jamie Kelling.
$83. $180.
First 180 of the contest goes the way of Robert Owen.
$81. Robert, you require 161. $60. $80.
So 101
Robert, you require
and no finish
101.
for Dieter. So a bit of time, 44 remaining. Double 16.
69.
He will return. As I said, no finish for Dieter.
$78. Robert, you require 32. Game shot on the second leg. Robert Owen.
Robert Owen finds the double 16 with his second dart for a 17 dart hold of throw. So 1-all, everything has gone with the throws so far.
Third leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on.
There's Charlie Costafine back on the mic.
$55. $99.
Both in.
180. $60.
I never get bored of seeing the 180s going.
$81. $140.
Three defeats that Dieter's had tonight have been 4-2, 4-3 and 4-3.
145.
Did have darts, of course, to win one of those. was a lovely setup from Dieter.
100.
Tops after 12.
Dieter, you require 40. Game shot on the third leg. Deta Hedman.
That is a 13 dart hold of throw to give Dieter the advantage yet again. This time it's 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Robert to throw first.
87.77 the average for Robert Owen. 86.02 for Dieter.
180.
It's the third of the match. 2-1 now in the 180 column in favour of Robert Owen.
$62. 60. 100.
Still a fairly healthy lead in this fourth leg. Well, there certainly is now.
180.
Two 180s in the leg for Robert Owen. Takes him down to 81 after 9. Potential for an 11 dart leg. Will be the best of the evening.
59. Robert, you require 81.
Just setting things up. Just
41.
confirming with our referee Charlie that it was 52 left. We are approaching 1:45 in the morning, of course.
$123. Robert, you require 40.
To level things up. 2 10s.
20. Deta, you require 157.
Needed the treble 20 to start the combination.
77. Robert, you require 20.
2 10s for 2-2. Getting closer.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Robert Owen.
Yet again, left it late, but does find the double 10, and we are a level all over again. Everything
leg,
on
it's
throw.
Dieter to throw
It's
first.
Dieter with the darts in
Game
leg
on.
5. An 18 darter there for Robert Owen, despite two 180s in the leg.
100. 180.
180, number 4 of this match. Incredibly, Robert Owen, up until this point,
100.
had not hit a 180. And now he's hit 4.
$81. 100.
Great to get so many messages of so many people
100.
enjoying the action on Sporty Stuff TV up and down the country. Welcome along all the boys from Forum Land who are enjoying the action. Great to have you along.
139. Robert, you require 140. 100.
Well, that was a little bit too close for comfort.
Dieter, you
A
require
treble 20 there, of
62.
course, would have burst his score, and he'd have stayed on 140. May not matter if Dieter can find tops.
22. Robert, you require 40.
'I don't even know if there's a way in.
No score. DT require 40. 30. Robert, you require 40.
Well, will it be costly this time? 2 10s. Hit it last time, but his
Game
last
shot on
dart
the fifth leg.
hits it this
Robert
time
Owen.
with his second dart for the first break of throw of the match. There's never a bad time to break throw, but that is a great bit of timing because he has the darts
Sixth leg, it's
in
Robert
leg
to throw
6
first.
to wrap things up 4-2. Just got to serve it out, as they say in tennis.
100.
Great message earlier from a jam-packed full of people in
119.
Nantwich watching all the action on the big screen in a pub. As it's league darts night. Absolutely loving it.
45.
Don't forget, you can follow us across all of the usual social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at
60.
Darts Live League. Try and keep it civil, or don't say anything at all.
140.
No, I'm still not on Twitter. Nearly coming up for
123.
18 months. And it's the best thing I ever did. It is toxic.
140.
76 after 12. And closing in on another 2 points for Robert Owen. And he will remain firmly on the top of the
81.
table if he converts this 76
Robert, you
and
require
gets the win 4-2.
76.
He will move on to 6 points and +7 on the leg difference. Double 8. Great guide.
Game, shot, and the match.
This
Robert
time
Owen.
uses it, and it is Robert Owen who picks up his 3rd win of the night. As I said, moves on to 6 points. There is the numbers: 86 for Dieter and 89 for Robert Owen. Right, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with Matty Dennant against Rob Collins. Good evening, or should I say good morning, or depending on where you are, we're watching the action. Welcome back to the Online Darts Live League. This is our penultimate game of this session. Matty Dennant up against Rob Collins. An update on the table, just confirming Robert Owen 3 from 3 plus 7 and on 6 points. So to take the overnight
First leg,
lead.
it's Matt to throw first. Game on.
And bragging rights. The winner of this one will do so. Won't top the table, of course.
60.
Even with a 4-0 win, they will only go to plus 6. But the winner will stand alone in second spot. Robert Owen still has one game to go, of course. He's playing in our final match of
100.
the morning. As it is approaching
140.
1 a.m. I will definitely be putting in
83.
overtime for this one.
140. 135. Matt, you require 40.
Again, no previous between these two in the
Game
live
shot
league.
the first leg. Matt Dennant.
As Matthew Dennant holds throw, fairly drama-free to lead 1-0.
Second leg, it's Rob to throw first. 100. 45. 93. 60. 44.
Was a 15 dart holder throw in leg 1 for Matt Dennant.
57.
He's done this tonight on a couple of occasions. Good leg, bad leg, and then seems to settle in and find another gear. Only the one defeat tonight to Robert Owen in a match where he averaged 92.14 and hit 2 180s.
100. 96. Rob, you require 106.
Seems to just lose the range every now and again, does Matty Dennant, before that was a
57.
interesting play there from Rob Collins on 86, staying on the treble 20. Unless it was a miscount or our numbers
100.
are wrong.
Rob, you require 49.
No, our numbers are right. That leaves tops.
Game shot on the second leg. Rob
It's a
Collins.
20 dart holder throw. Matty Dennant having 18 darts there, and not one of them was that a double. 1-1.
Third leg, it's Matt to throw first. 140. 41. 58. 58. 96.
Perfect example. I was saying towards the end of leg 2, just seems
100.
to go missing, then recapture it quite quickly. Could be a concentration thing, could be a rhythm thing.
115.
Only he will know. Could have moved after that first treble 20, but as I said, more often than not, the lie they see is much superior to the one we see. He could have had 2 darts at the treble 18 after the first 60 to try and leave 170. All academic if
Matt, you require 24.
The double 12 goes in for Matt Dennant, which it
does.
does.
Matt Dennant.
A 15 dart hold in leg 1 and a 16 dart hold in leg 3 gives Matthew Dennant a 2-1 lead.
Fourth leg, it's Rob to throw first.
And halfway there.
60. 59. 100. 96.
Just about hanging on to his coattails in this fourth leg.
60.
Again, this is a lovely time to break throw, because you get the opportunity, of course,
58.
to serve it out 4-1 and a 3-leg swing on the leg difference.
24.
At the moment, they're locked together. Both won 2 matches, and the leg difference is both +2.
140. 140. Matt, you require 148. 85. Rob, you require 117.
Needed one of those troubles, either the
55.
treble 20 or then the treble
Matt, you
19 to
require
leave
63.
a double. 50 left. Double 16 for 3-1.
47. Rob, you require 62.
Should stay there for double 16. He's done so.
30.
Clips the wire.
Matt, you require
Close that was
16.
by his reaction.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Matt
Dennan
Dennant.
does break throw with a 20 dart break a throw. Very close, Rob Collins, on that double 16 off the back of 62.
Fifth leg, it's Matt to throw first. Game on.
Matt now has the opportunity we were discussing of winning this one 4-1, and a big
140.
swing in the legs difference. Matty would go to +4.
60.
No, excuse me, +5. And Rob Collins would go to -1.
93. 60.
For a man who's been on a big construction site all day and then drove from Hertfordshire to Southampton, grabbed a quick bath and rushed
98.
over. I don't think he's played bad at all. Incredibly, he's back in work tonight.
140. Matt, you
Now he does
require
it.
170. 58. 55. Matt, you require 112.
Trouble 20. Would have left double 16.
56.
He's making tough work of this. Just trying to get across the line as quick as possible. Now he's going to have to.
140.
Because the
Matt, you
140
require
has
56.
left Collins 46.
36. Rob, you require 46. Game shot on the fifth leg. Rob Collins.
Rob Collins doesn't need asking twice if you give him an opportunity like that. And in he stepped. 66 and tops. 3-2. Break back.
Sixth leg, it's Rob to throw first.
2 match darts then for Matty Dennan.
100. 55. 100. 93.
52 is the lead in leg 6 for Rob Collins, plus these.
60.
Looking like we're going all the way.
90. 83. 57. Rob, you require 158.
And 6 starts if he needs them to get rid of this 158. Double 19.
120.
Would have been the highest finish of the week. No bonus for that, unfortunately. Not even a blue Peter badge.
136. Rob, you require 38.
Yeah, he split it sensibly. Double 16.
6.
Didn't like the lie. It was
Matt,
a blocker.
you require 70.
So a third match start.
54.
Double 16.
Rob, you require
And the
32.
same result.
24. Matt, you require 16. Game, shots, and the match. Matt Dennant.
Eventually, Matt Dennant pretty much falls over the line. They are the averages, 80.92 for Matty Dennant and 77.6 for Rob Collins. 2 out of 9 on the doubles and 4 out of 13. Right, we're going to be back shortly for our final match of the session. Robert Owen against Jamie Kelling. Good morning and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League. I will be saying that in around about 8 hours and 15 minutes. Why don't you join us on YouTube? But it is our final match of this session in Group B. And it's the unbeaten Robert Owen. 3 from 3 tops the table against Jamie Kelling, who's picked up just the one win this evening. That was against Deta, of course.
First leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
There's a match that, well, there's been a few tonight that Deta should have won, but that's definitely one of them. 4-9 about Rob Collins if you're still up this late having a
100.
punt. 13-8 about Jamie Kelling. I like the 4-9 about Rob Collins, although it could be a little volatile backing this at 1:15 in the morning,
43.
but pays your money, takes your chance. I like Owen at 4-9.
60.
Tell you what else I like tomorrow. Opening match, or should I say, well, it's not tomorrow, it is today, of course. We go live
85.
at 9:30 AM on the Online Darts YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get an alert when we do go live. Nick Fulwell 4-5 in that opening match.
180.
I like that a lot. He's facing Richard North. The next one,
140. Robert, you require 161.
like Stephen Burton against Anastasia at 3-10. And then I really like James Richardson at 4-9
136.
against Sean Fisher. There's a nice little treble to start your day.
58.
All of those
Robert, you require
selections are
25.
not based on hunches or the tea leaves in my
Game shot
cup.
on the first
They're all
leg.
based
Robert
on
Owen.
the data we have from the week so far, and that's a 14 darter from Robert Owen to kick off this final match of the night.
Second leg, it's Jamie to throw first. 60. $140. 96. 180.
180 in leg 1, backed up with a 180 in leg 2. Robert Owen saving his best to last.
180.
Jamie Kelling joins in the action. Neither player on a finish. Robert Owen can leave it low. Could go ball.
131.
Could go treble 17 to leave 50 after 9. A possible 10 darter if Jamie Kelling doesn't hit a treble here. Do not be
60.
shocked if he goes straight at the ball.
Robert, you require 50.
Well, go on, he's going to do it. He's got a cheeky little smile. Oh, that's not a bad miss. Double 18.
14.
There was a cheeky little smile on his face. I fancied him for that.
Jamie,
We've
you
not had a
require 105.
10 darter this week. Multiple 11s.
73. Robert, you require 36. Game shot on the second leg. Robert Owen.
A 14 darter in leg 1 is bettered by a 13 darter in leg 2. 2-0 and a break of throw for Robert Owen.
Third leg, it's Robert to throw first. 41.
said, a former UK Open semi-finalist. You don't do that by accident.
84.
Plenty of quality about Robert Owen. As he throws a dart in the 5.
43.
Commentator's curse. 41 and 43. Sorry about that, Rob.
100. 140. 96. 100. 57.
Looking at a treble 20 and a treble 19. He's just strayed left.
95.
Does recover
Jamie
well.
require 164.
164. May have to go. And it's not going to. So Robert will be back. Bull double 16 for 3-0.
Robert, you require 82.
That leaves 78. Treble 18 or double 19. Treble 18 leaves double 12.
70.
Would have been a wonderful
Jamie
recovery.
requires 79.
Treble 19 for double 11. Super effort
Robert, you require 12.
for 3-0.
Game shot on the third leg. Robert Owen.
A much longer leg this time. A 17 darter for Robert Owen. Nonetheless, it's 3-0.
Fourth leg, it's Jamie to throw first. $121. 100.
How he found a way in there, I do not know.
$60. 81. 140. 58. 140.
Determined not to get beat 4-0. Only had one of them tonight, and that was, unfortunately, Jamie on the wrong end of it against Rob Collins. In fairness,
24.
A very good performance
Jamie
from
40.
Rob.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Jamie Kelling.
A lovely leg of darts from Jamie Kelling. And it may be just a consolation because Robert Owen has the darts in leg 5.
Fifth leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on. $134.
He's done that a few times this evening with great success.
58.
Using the treble 19 for cover.
81. 43. 96.
210 points adrift minus these, Jamie Kelling.
55.
That is not going to help his cause as he double chins himself.
100.
Interesting to see which way he goes for 90. Look out for bull tops.
40.
At this stage, he can
Robert, you
go
require
any way he
90.
wants.
$70. 100. Robert, you require 20. No score. $140. Robert, you require 20.
So win it 4-1.
Game, shot, and the
He has
match.
done
Robert
that
Owen.
a few times tonight. Not just winning 4-1 or winning the match, but finding the double 10 with his final dart. It was a shame because it was a blistering start from Robert Owen, but he does end the evening or the morning or the session, depending on how you want to call it, unbeaten. 4 out of 4. Congratulations to Robert Owen. He is in the driving seat to qualify for Saturday night's final. Don't forget, we're going to be back at 9:30 a.m. So in approximately 8 hours for the conclusion of Group C. Thank you for your company. We'll see you then.